principle in this verse help a person to build resilience to face adversity. The principle in Proverbs 12:16, Chombax, promotes emotional self-control. By pausing before reacting to irritations, we learn to sift minor slights from serious issues. That pause protects our mental reserve tank so we have strength left for genuine hardships instead of spending it on every passing annoyance. Consistently overlooking petty insults also rewires our thinking. We become less governed by others' moods and more guided by clear values and purpose. Over time, this habit builds resilience, the capacity to stay calm, think rationally, and keep moving forward when real adversity strikes. Next question. What spiritual gems from this week's Bible reading would you like to share? Proverbs 12:1. Loving discipline shows that we want Jehovah's knowledge, whereas rejecting reproof signals a closed mind. When we welcome counsel from elders or fellow publishers, we experience the same fatherly care that God extends to all his children, and our ministry becomes more effective because we keep adjusting our methods to match scriptural guidance. Proverbs 12:2. A good person obtains Jehovah's approval. That statement reminds us that God is actively observing motives, not simply counting hours or words. By examining why we preach, out of love for God and neighbor rather than the desire for praise, we keep our service clean and invite divine favor in every aspect of life. Proverbs 12:5. The thoughts of the righteous are just, so they reflect Jehovah's own sense of fairness. Planning our conversations in prayer and basing them firmly on the Bible protects listeners from deception and keeps our conscience clear, whether we speak from a platform or at a doorstep. Proverbs 12:6. Wicked speech can be a deadly ambush, but the mouth of the upright saves. Each time we choose compassionate, hope-filled words, especially when someone is discouraged, we echo Jehovah's saving purpose and help rescue hearts weighed down by fear or guilt. Proverbs 12:10. The righteous one cares for his domestic animals, mirroring the tenderness Jehovah shows toward all living creatures. Treating pets, livestock, and the environment with respect strengthens our credibility when we proclaim that God is love, because our conduct harmonizes with our message. Proverbs 12:18. Thoughtless speech wounds like a sword, whereas the tongue of the wise heals. Pausing before answering, lowering the volume of our voice, and choosing scriptures that soothe grief or anxiety allow us to imitate Jehovah's healing manner during shepherding visits or informal witnessing. Proverbs 12:22. Jehovah detests lying lips, but delights in those who act faithfully. Absolute honesty, whether in time reports, business dealings, or family matters, guards our conscience and makes our public witness trustworthy, showing that we serve the God of truth. Proverbs 12:24. The hand of the diligent ones will rule. Industrious Christians gain responsibility because Jehovah can rely on them. By volunteering for congregation tasks and maintaining a steady study and preaching schedule, we demonstrate zeal that God may bless with further privileges of service. Proverbs 12:25. Anxiety weighs the heart down, but a good word cheers it up. Keeping encouraging verses ready, such as Matthew 6:34 or Philippians 4:6-7, and sending brief messages of support to those who struggle allows Jehovah to use our voice as a channel of refreshment. Proverbs 12:28. The path of righteousness leads to life. Along its pathway there is no death. Regular personal study, meeting attendance, and consistent field service keep us on that life-giving route. Each invitation we extend to neighbors to join us points them toward the same everlasting future that Jehovah lovingly offers.